It looks like the Hard Rock is under fire. There's a group of animal activist protesters that are claiming that they are using eggs from a source that isn't cage free. And unfortunately, this hotel is taking the heat for it. How do animal activists protest? It's not like they can throw eggs or something. Oh, hell no! I'm gonna whoop your ass.
I am Bruce Jordan. I'm former ISG corporate and I manage over $1 billion in assets and $300 million in revenue. When Michael Jordan is the basketball, Bruce Jordan is the same to the hotel industry. My main goal is to give your hotel guests an amazing experience and to give your hotel the tools it needs to keep your revenue numbers in the black and beyond. And now you're watching another episode of Hotel Management Do's and Don'ts.
Now, this episode is brought to you by YouTube for Hotels. If you want to master YouTube hotel marketing and learn how to market your hotel on YouTube, go to youtubeforhotels.com and sign up for our free webinar. Today, we're doing a review on the Reverb by Hard Rock. But first, we have this animal rights activist group that is protesting against the Hard Rock. And they're stating that the Hard Rock is using eggs from cage chickens. The name of this group is the Human League. And if they would have done their research, they would have known that the Hard Rock Reverb by Hard Rock is not owned or managed by the Hard Rock. As a matter of fact, the owner of this hotel and the management company that runs it, they don't support animal cruelty and they don't partake in animal cruelty in any way, shape, or form at this property. Now, had the group done their research, they would have known that. But instead of actually doing the research and making sure they're casting stones at the right properties and the right company, instead they send their disruptors, mercenaries, to leave a bunch of bad reviews about this hotel that has nothing to do with animal cruelty. And the people that are leaving these reviews never even stayed at the hotel. But the management company that is managing this hotel is known for one thing that this animal activist group is trying to destroy. The management company that manages this hotel is one of the top employers for single mothers in Atlanta. Me being raised by a single mother, I tend to take this one a little personally. So this message is for the Human League. If it's your goal to destroy the financial stability of single mothers at this hotel by trying to bring down a hotel that is not owned or managed by the Hard Rock and has nothing to do with animal cruelty, then you're doing a great job. Now, I am an animal lover, but when it comes to animal cruelty activism, I'm not a genius. But wouldn't it make more sense if you go to different companies that you claim are making these violations and seek investments and funding to purchase the farms, the chicken farms that are making these violations, and then take over the operations so you can manage them as you see fit? Wouldn't that make more sense? Or maybe the Human League brain has been caged for too long and they're too chicken to do what it takes to make real change in this world. But why make a change when it's so much easier to just lie on this hotel that doesn't support animal cruelty, but does support the single mothers of Atlanta? It gets better. In 2018, the Human League has raised over $14 million in funding and has not purchased one farm to help change the operations and prevent animal cruelty. But instead of buying farms in 2018, the Human League spent over $4 million on, guess what? Vegetarian and vegan outreach programs. Now I'm confused. Is your goal to stop animal cruelty or to make everybody a vegan? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, right is right and wrong is wrong. No one at the Human League can look me in my eyes and tell me that it's okay to put these single mothers in a position where they'd be unemployed and won't be able to provide their children with food, clothing, and shelter. But then again, keeping single mothers employed so that they're able to provide food and shelter for their children may be a task that's a little too humane for the Human League. Now, if you want to support single moms, go to our website and visit us at hotelguestmanagement.com and purchase a single mom hoteler t-shirt. A portion of the sales will go to a real nonprofit organization that actually cares about single mothers called the Single Moms Planet. And if you want to give them additional support, visit their website at singlemomsplanet.com to make a donation. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Everybody knows what's at stake. If you want this hotel to win and to be our season 2 champion, you have to vote. And at the end of this video, we're going to show you how to vote for this hotel so you can make sure that they win. Let's start with operations. This place is clean. And I love all the cool tech stuff, being a tech nerd myself. They have Amazon Alexas, the big boys, huge big screen TVs, and a cool digital touchscreen AC controls, which is unique in my eyes. Like, I wish I had this at home. And of course, they had this crazy Dasani drink machine that you control with your cell phone. I've never seen anything like this before. And my favorite is the wireless cell phone charger by the TV. That was, a lifesaver for me. If I didn't have that wireless cell phone charger, somebody would have ended up with a dead phone, and it wasn't gonna be me. Now, one thing I could not believe how well trained the employees were. When they received a problem, they didn't pass the buck like some other hotel employees do. They took ownership of the situation and guided you through every single step of the way and made sure that you were taken care of. Which brings me to this employee. Her name is Joan. We had a little scheduling issue that of course was my fault. And Joan didn't try to dump the problem off on somebody else. Like, she didn't try to dump it off on the manager, or she didn't try to dump it off on another employee. She took ownership and guided us through every single step of the way and made sure our problem was resolved and made sure that we were taken care of. Having employees trained this way is very difficult to do, and it's very difficult to train to have employees react this way, to handle situations this way. So of course, we have to give Joan an Air Jordan. Joan, you're doing an incredible job at the Reverb by Hard Rock. Now, this place has some of the highest COVID standards I've ever seen at a hotel. This machine right here checks your temperature, and everyone has to get screened every time they leave and come back. So even if you go out to your car for 5 minutes and come back in, you have to get screened by that machine. You ain't coming in here. You gotta hit the road, Jack. Now, the beds were extremely comfortable, and the design in the hotel room was just above average once you get past the excitement from all of the tech stuff. What actually surprised me at this hotel is that the bathroom design is actually better than the room design. This is the first for me, but they did a great job. Now, this place has 2 bars. Yes, 2 bars. One bar is near the entrance where they serve everything, which is good because on Saturday night they have live entertainment from some big name entertainers. The night we were there, they had one of the best violinists in Atlanta. Mr. Richard Punch was rocking the house that night. And when you bring the big names in house, the big names will follow. They had the great Lady M from Bar Talk ATL, alongside with some of the other major players. Me and Lady M actually did an interview which will be featured next weekend. Now, let's get down to the revenue. I did not like the website. Most hotel brands, they usually keep all of their brands together so that it's easy and convenient to book on one website. You just search for the hotels and then boom, you'll find it just like that. At this property, even though they have the Reverb by Hard Rock on their main website, like they're advertising it, you can't book it on that site. You can't book it on hardrock.com. You actually have to go to the Reverb by Hard Rock website to book your reservation. Now, for guests, this can be a little confusing, but for management, this is ideal because you don't have to worry about your hotel competing with a bunch of other branded hotels for the same rate and for the same market segment. So on that part, it was genius. But in the guest part, I think it's something that the guest is going to have to get used to. Now, from the owner's perspective, they're going to probably see a more steady inflow of direct bookings, and they won't have to worry about losing more reservations to other brands that's in their area. Another thing I didn't like about that revenue is this hotel has self-check-in, which is cool. But when you have self-check-in, you lose a lot of opportunities for upgrades that you could have got at the front desk if you was talking to a front desk agent. So this hotel has a beautiful view of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium that you can see right out your window. Now, to me personally, I feel like those particular rooms, I think those should be upsells or upgrades, because that's extra revenue. Everybody, the stadium looks so beautiful at night. It looks so beautiful for the rooftop bar. You definitely want to try to sell that experience and get a couple of extra dollars for that experience as well. Now, if your hotel is a self-check-in hotel, your upgrade offers and upsell offers should be sent in the form of a text message to let the guests know that, hey, this upgrade is available for additional $10, $15, $20, whatever the case may be. Now, let's get back to entertainment. When you hire an artist like Richard Punch, which is one of the top violinists in Atlanta, you have to promote him. The reason why you are hiring him is because he has a large Instagram following. When you hire entertainment, you want to make sure they have a large following, because you want that followers and you want that following to come through the door and come on in the hotel and check in. But where I feel like they really missed the boat was that they didn't take advantage of all the revenue that they could have gotten from this particular entertainer. You know why? Because even though some people are still kind of scared of COVID, like they don't want to go out, but they want to see Richard. So what they could have did is they could have used Mad City and streamed this event to Richard's fans from the hotel. Now, even if they only got 10% of Richard's Instagram fan base, they would have made $8,000 at $10 a pop. And all they had to do was go sign up at madcitylive.com. This is why I'm the hotel revenue expert. So by not doing that, they paid for Richard and lost $8,000. Now, this place does not have free breakfast, and it shouldn't, because the food is too good to give it away for free. They have real coffee. And I mean, when I say real coffee, I mean real coffee. So the breakfast, they're doing a great job with their breakfast. They need to keep it that way and just keep going straight down, going straight forward and making it happen. Now it's time for the Hotel Bash. Hotel Bash is Hotel Bash time. We gotta bash this hotel. Now lately, when I've been visiting Atlanta, I've been feeling really slutty. And usually when I feel slutty, I want a one-night stand. So I was feeling really ambitious this time, and I thought maybe I can do like 2 one-night stands. And yeah, I could do 2 one-night stands, that's no problem. So I jump in my car and head to the only place I can get 2 one-night stands in under 15 minutes, the Slutty Vegan. This place is rocking. They have some of the best vegan burgers you ever had in your life. And I looked at that menu and I seen that one-night stand burger with some of those skinny dipper fries, and man, it hit the spot. There was only one problem. I got a little too ambitious. I was only able to do one-night stand. So I took the other one-night stand burger and I put it in the fridge and I said, I'm just gonna eat it for lunch tomorrow, forget it. Wake up in the morning, ready to grab it, take the burger, ready to throw it in the microwave, and there was one problem. I ain't have no microwave, man. I couldn't throw it in the microwave because the room does not have a microwave. So first time for me, I had to have a cold one-night stand, and it really sucked. So another thing is they had this really cool looking marker board where, the easy eraser board. I'm like, oh man, this is cool. There's only one problem. The markers, they gave you 2 markers, and guess what color the board was? Red. Guess what color the marker was? Red. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be easy to read. What's wrong with black markers? Just get a black marker. Listen, black markers matter. Out of all the things I would expect to find, I'll never expect to find a hotel that has such a low marker game. All right, you know what time it is? It's time to get down to the scores. This hotel had incredible design, incredible operations. I love the way the employees was trained. They were always on top of it. They had that bar on the 2nd floor. That bar was rocking. They were doing their thing. beautiful ambiance, live entertainment, operations. I have to give this place a 10. Amazing. This place, I don't know who the hell is running this operations over here, but they know exactly what the hell they're doing, and I love it. Now it's time for the revenue scores. Now the revenue score is a little something different for me. Like I said before, they lost $8,000 by not using MadCity.live to stream this event to the rest of the entertainers' fans. And Mr. Punch, Richard Punch, the violinist, is big in Atlanta. So he has a lot of fans that would have paid to see him, even if they could not have attended the event in person. That's one. The other thing is, I didn't like what was going on with the upsell and upgrade process. They wasn't sending text messages letting guests know that there's upgrades available for additional $10 to $20, $30, whatever the case may be. Get it in front of the guests and let the guests make the decision. That's two. So they just lost a little revenue on both of those sides. But the revenue management was still great. It was still incredible. I seen they were getting a lot of group business. So whoever's doing sales, they know what they're doing. But who's ever scheduling the events and who's ever working the front desk, they can use a little bit of help. So for revenue, I'm gonna give them a 9.0. Now let's get to this breakfast score. I love breakfast. Breakfast was incredible. Fresh coffee, real coffee. They had a different assorted drinks. Like, it kind of reminded me like Starbucks on steroids. That's how good the coffee was. And then on top of that, they had great, incredible breakfast sandwiches for you to choose from. Only thing I didn't like was that breakfast wasn't included in some of the packages. Like me, myself personally, I probably would have offered a package, that included breakfast for an additional maybe $20, $30. That also included, maybe a view of Mercedes-Benz Stadium from your hotel room. That would have been a little bit brighter for me. But they still got an 8.5 because their breakfast score was incredible. Now with those three scores, we have a total score of 9.17 from the hotel revenue expert. Now let's see what your score looks like. Now let's break down how you're going to score this hotel and how you can make sure that this hotel wins and make it to the top 3 in this season of hotel management do's and don'ts. Now here's how you vote for this property. Based on what you've seen, you have to give them a score in each category. One category is operations, second category is revenue, the third category is breakfast. And your score has to be from 1 to 10. So you have to score them from 1 to 10 on each category. 1 being absolutely terrible, 10 being the best. All right. In order for your vote to count, you have to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Please put your score in the comments section of this video so we can go ahead and take a tally and take a count.
And the winner of our post sharing and post tagging contest is Eugene McKeever. Thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead. He won the grand prize. The grand prize was $100 cash. We're gonna go ahead and send that moolah over there to you, Eugene. And if you want to participate in the next contest, all you have to do is go to our Instagram page, and that is at TXT Guest. And again, that's TXT Guest. Share the post, tag as many people as possible. The person that shares the most posts and tags the most people wins $100 cash. Go over there to Instagram, make that happen. Or to the YouTube page, share as many videos as possible, and let's do this right here. And it's back to our regular scheduled program.
Now you know what you got to do for this hotel to win. If you really want them to win, make sure you share this video with everyone as possible. Thank you for tuning in another episode of Hotel Management Do's and Don'ts. And you know what we're here to do. We're here to make the revenues rise up once again.